Okay, obviously you believe in armed resistance. It's important to get back Palestine. Why do you let other people stab Israelis, kill Israelis, and you're not doing it yourself?
Why I'm not doing it myself?
Yeah.
Because everyone has his own way of fighting. I fight with education, I fight with respect, I fight with different political perspectives. But when someone did stab an Israeli, that's because maybe he had an argument or something that he believed in with another way. Because maybe sometimes it's not the peaceful way of
resisting
is the best way to fight. But
maybe it's not, or maybe it is.
Maybe it's not.
Okay.
But also at the point of war, if there were a conflict between the two, the Palestinian and the occupation,
Yeah,
I guess
the Israelis.
maybe I would fight in another way. Maybe I could fight.
Like what?
Maybe when we talk about the conflict that happened in the past 2 months, I went to the protests. I tried
The one that happened in Gaza, you're talking about? Like when
what happened in Gaza,
started in Jerusalem and then
Yes.
went to Gaza, so we're talking May, June of 2021
Yes.
for the person watching, yes?
Yeah. At that time, I am as a Palestinian. I went to protests. I tried to do something for my home country, even if I couldn't fight, even if I couldn't go to Jerusalem or even to Gaza. But at the place I am in, I tried my best to do what I can.
But he's saying, look, we go to jail, we go to prison because we blow up buses.
But when
They're paying the price.
You mean the people who did stab or did kill an Israeli? Actually, they paid the price, but at a point they will get to what they want, which is our freedom.
Okay.
So it takes what it takes. We can do it here. We will do it, I guess.
Do you resist by throwing stones and stabbings and things like that? And if you don't, why are you allowing other people to do it for you?
I think everyone has their own way of resisting. Some people do that using art, some people do that using strength. And throwing stones doesn't necessarily destroy anything. It doesn't hurt anyone. It's just a way of expressing their frustration, more like. So everyone has their own way of resisting. People who don't go and throw stones doesn't mean that they're scared. They just are not strong enough for that. So they can find another way for resisting, such as art, such as writing, drawing, comics, perhaps, cartoons.
Do you think the people who resist armed struggle, yeah, we'll take armed struggle, is that helping? Is that good?
Every kind of resisting is good.
Okay.
Resisting means that we want to stay here, we want to fight for Palestine.
Okay.
And so, if we want to remind everyone that Palestine is ours, we have to keep resisting, using every other way that we can find.
I think what he's asking is, why are you letting other people resist, do an armed struggle, and then they get shot or imprisoned, and people here in Ramallah or Jerusalem sit in cafes and type on their keyboard? If I understood his question correctly.
I don't think anyone is allowing anyone. Everyone is doing their own thing.
Okay.
Some people see that it's their way of expressing their frustration is by throwing stones and such. And others find it better to just like write down an article, perhaps, about the situation and raise awareness. So every kind of resistance makes a difference.
This comes from another Palestinian.
How old are you?
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you allowing other people to resist for you? Meaning, there are people in Nablus and in Hebron who are stabbing soldiers, stabbing Israelis, blowing up things. Why are you not doing that?
I don't think that's a solution.
Okay.
I know that it's shocking, but no, I don't think that's a solution.
Okay.
it's not gonna free us or defend us in any way.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so what would? What type of resistance would free you?
I don't want to say war, but also peace is not a choice. They stole our houses, our lands, everything. They killed many Palestinians. They kicked them out of their homes, and they still doing that until this day. So
Yeah, but what is a good form of resistance that would give you what you want?
I think we can think of protecting our lands first, not sell our lands. There are some Palestinians that are selling their lands, so that's what we should do first. Then we can work not on peace, but try to work something out, but not peace. We can't live with peace.
Okay, so what would that other thing, what is working something out, what does that look like?
I really don't know. But peace is not gonna happen if they hate on us, and we do hate them. We're not gonna forget what they did, and also they do hate us for what others they do, like bombing and
What
killing.
Palestinians did to them.
Yeah. So no, we can't work peace.
So this comes from another Palestinian. Do you believe in, what is it, armed resistance? Is that what you call it? Yes, armed resistance.
I believe in the human rights for each people who live in this earth.
Okay,
part
and how to
of
get
it
it,
is to have the freedom
Okay.
that he need to resist to get it.
Okay,
And
but is armed resistance one of them?
Armed resistance is one of them.
Okay.
If they are living in unequal and unfair environment, or they are occupied by other nations.
Okay, so the question is actually, so why are you not resisting armed resistance, and you're letting other people, like people in Nablus and Hebron, will stab soldiers, will stab Israelis? Why aren't you doing it?
Everybody have his own role. Maybe we have our role in educating our children, educating our people, giving the hope for the people. Everybody have his own role to do the resistance he is looking for, and according to his standards.
Okay, what are you doing? Or
Me?
Yeah.
I am living in my land. I am teaching my children how to live, how
Okay.
to accept the others,
Okay.
how to accept life, how to fight for their own life that they deserve.
Okay, I won't ask you any questions that get you in trouble. This question actually comes from Nablus.
Okay.
So it's funny you're from Nablus, but I'm still going to try. Okay. So there are a lot of people resisting the occupation by stabbing soldiers, by running soldiers over. Why aren't you doing it? Why are you sending other people to do it and not doing it yourself?
First of all, I'm not sending anybody to do anything. That's I never use violence as an approach to gain my rights,
Okay.
and this is my personal opinion. This is my answer.
Okay, so meaning you wouldn't send anyone because you don't believe in that way. That's what you mean.
Yes.
Okay. So wait, you said, I asked you, how do you gain your rights then? And you said,
Okay, I gain my rights by demonstrating by media or filmmaking, and if I reach a point where I make an occupier watch me, the occupied, watch my films that I am actually doing specially for the audience, and my audience would be the occupiers, and by that maybe I can let's say affect on their on themselves, and effects that make them
think about.
think of their identity, and their also their ideology and identity.
Okay.
Make them think and question themselves.
Okay.
Why I am here, and what I am doing here in Palestine.
Okay, so when you're making your films, you're thinking about the occupier, about Israelis who hopefully will watch this
Hopefully, of course.
and see your views, step in your shoes. That's the idea.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my approach.
Do you want to say what your films are? That's okay by me.
We're working now on a Palestinian horror movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're writing a scenario for a Palestinian horror
Zombies?
movie.
Anything?
No, ghosts.
Ghosts. Okay. Resistance. First of all, do you support it? Support resistance?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, question is from somebody who lives in Nablus, or lived in Nablus, and he's saying, why do people in Ramallah sit in fancy cafes supporting resistance, but they're not willing to do resistance?
It actually depends on each person. So some people do resist in different ways, and some people see it like this is not the way they will resist. So some people resist education, working, doing something good for their country, and some people resist in another way.
Okay.
So it depends on the person.
Okay, he is specifically saying, we throw rocks, we stab soldiers, we run over soldiers. Why are people in Ramallah not doing that?
They do. They do. Like before 1 month, it happened in Ramallah, Beit El. They had protesting, and they were going towards where.
But are those Ramallah intellectuals doing that?
Yeah, people that live in Ramallah do that.
No, he means the people who sit in the fancy cafes. That's what he's talking about.
So people it doesn't. Even if I sit in fancy cafes and I go out and everything, but I won't stay at home and it depends on the person. At the same time, you can't just stay you're not gonna sit in Beit El and throw rocks and then that's it. This is what I'm gonna do. It's not their life. They have work. They have to do the things they have to do. Studying and that's it.
Interesting point. Okay, so you were saying some people don't see throwing rocks or stabbing soldiers as what? Sorry, important? Sorry.
Is that the way to free Palestine?
The way to free Palestine, yes.
Well, they see it in another way to educate their kids, and they have knowledge, and to send them outside of the country to see what's happening around them, not specifically in Palestine. So they could
Not to what? Palestine?
Not in Palestine have specific ideas that they go through, but if they go outside and they see what's around them, they could get new ideas and bring them to Palestine that could help actually to free Palestine.
Okay. Do you think actually you brought up an interesting idea? Do you think throwing rocks and stabbing soldiers is a way to free Palestine? Do you think it'll actually work?
It's not the way. It's not the only way. We have it's multiple things. You have to have knowledge about what's happening, and you have to educate your kids so they could fight with their education to build the economy. So we could depend on ourselves as Palestinians, and not to depend on Israel.
Do you believe in peace with Israel? It's a yes or no thing.
Ooh, good question. Can I answer with both? Yes and no?
Okay, so explain yes and no.
Okay. Yes, because realistically, it already exists and it already has a lot of power and it's established pretty much in the whole world. So we do have to deal with that reality.
Okay.
No, because based on the principles and based on the history and what's happening on a daily basis, ideally, then there shouldn't be any peace.
There shouldn't be in Israel.
There should not be any peace.
Okay. So the actual question is, do you believe in the resistance, mukawamah?
Of course.
But people in Ramallah talk a lot about it, but they don't actually do any resistance.
Right, because Ramallah is more of a bubble inside of a bubble. So it's really the least exposed to Israeli cruelty, if I may say. I mean, compared to other cities and areas in Palestine, it's really suffering the least, I'd say.
Okay.
Unfortunately, or fortunately.
Okay, so the guy who asked the question is Palestinian, and he's saying, you guys, Ramallah guys, don't have to suffer getting shot, or because you're not throwing rocks and you're not blowing up buses, it's people in other places who are doing that.
See, it shouldn't be this way, but it is this way.
Okay.
Again, because of the proximity between Israeli settlements, for example, and the most violent Israeli settlers, the least proximity is within the Ramallah area, whereas they're more close and prone to being exposed to that cruelty in other areas.
Why do you allow other people to resist for you?
What do you mean?
Like Makawame do active operations.
ليش عم بتخلوا ناس تانيين تقاوم بدالكم؟
لا احنا كنا بنقاوم.
We all resist.
How?
كيف بتقاوموا؟
كل واحد على قدرته.
Each one according to his ability.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
كيف انتوا بتقاوموا؟
نرفع معنويات الشعب.
We raise the morale of the people. Said ironically, but I think he means it.
Okay.
نضرب في حجار. احنا تبنا نرمي حجار.
We now stay away from throwing rocks.
Okay, why?
ليش بتطلعوا ترموا حجار؟
شو بلدنا شو ليش؟
بترموا حجار ولا بترموش حجار؟
نرمي حجار ليش؟
We do throw rocks.
Oh, you does throw rocks. Okay.
Why do you throw rocks? Because it's our country.
Okay. So what is the message when he throws a rock?
طب لما ترمي حجر، لما ترموا حجر. I hope you're getting everybody.
Yeah.
لما ترموا حجر، شو بتكون الرسالة اللي بتوجهوها؟
اطلع من البلد يعني.
Leave our country. We are not surrendering. We are not compromising.
Okay. Why not talk instead of throwing rocks?
ليش ما تحكوا تتحاوروا بدل ما ترموا
حاولنا
حجر؟
من مرة مش ضابطة معنا
We tried so many times and not everybody is standing with us.
هاي اليو ان موجودة
The
والأونروا
UN is
موجودة
there and
والتنتين ألطم من
UNRWA
بعض.
is there and they are both worse than each other.
No, why don't you speak to Israelis?
ليش ما أنت تحكي مع الإسرائيليين؟
احنا نحكي معهم.
We speak to them.
فشغلت أي نوع.
I would never stoop to that
احنا ما
level.
بنحكيش معهم.
I
يا
would
بقط يا
not.
بقتلني بس غير
I either kill him or he kills me. That's it.
كيف بدي احكي مع ناس بتستوعب؟
How will I speak? فيش عنا عفوا.
فيش عندهم فهم.
How will I speak with someone who doesn't understand? They don't have. They're not intelligent. They don't have mercy.
هذا ما موش
Don't
دخل
have
على
a
غزة
heart.
عشان نشوف شو بصير غيره.
You have never been, Corey, have never been to Gaza to see what's going on over there.
العالم ازاي هدول اللي بيقتلوا البشر بيقتلوا الاولاد
People
الصغار
like them, Israelis, who kill people, who kill children, they don't want anyone to talk to them.
منزلين فيديو جندي منزل فيديو وهو بيخلص اولاد صغار في غزه هم بيلعبوا فوتبول اولاد هالقد
Soldier
هو بيطخهم
uploaded a video of shooting children playing football.
لما يجوا على الدور بدي اشعر الدور
And when they come to our houses, they don't knock. They barge in.
For those of you who want to support me on Patreon, you can become a patron, and if you give $25 or more, I will send you behind-the-scenes footage of all the places that I am. You'll be able to see when we ask people, how we ask people, all the dynamics that happen that you don't get to see in the regular videos. So see below for the Patreon link.